Hello everyone, I am Kiran Joshi. Hope you all are safe and sound. Here I am presenting the video of Class 6 Civics, Chapter 6 Rural Administration. Children, you know that our country is very vast and has more than 6 lakh villages. To take care of their needs of water, electricity and road connections is indeed a very difficult work. Along with these, land records of the people in the rural areas have to be maintained and conflicts have to be resolved. This video, in this video, we'll try to understand the work of two rural administrative officers with the help of a story. This story is about two farmers in a village, Mohan, who had a small agricultural field, and Raghu, his neighbor, whose land was next to Mohan's field and was separated by a small boundary called a bandh. One day, Mohan found that Raghu had shifted the bandh towards Mohan's land, and in this way, Raghu had taken some of Mohan's land. Mohan went to Raghu's house to talk about this matter. A heated argument followed. Raghu called his helper and they started shouting at Mohan and beating him up. When the neighbors heard the noise, they rushed and took Mohan away. Mohan was badly hurt on his head and hand. After giving first aid to Mohan, the neighbors suggested to go to local police station to file a report. Others doubted if it was a good idea. After a long discussion, it was decided that Mohan would go to the police station along with some neighbors who had seen the incident. On the way, one neighbor suggested that they should spend some more money and go to the main police station in the town. But Mohan told that they could register the case only in the local police station, as their village was in the area of that police station only. Children, every police station has an area of control, and all people in that area can report cases or inform about any wrongdoing like theft, accident, injury, fight, etc. in that police station. The police of that station has the responsibility to investigate and take actions on the cases within its area. Let's come back to our story where Mohan and his neighbors reached the police station. Mohan told the SHO, means station house officer, about the incident. Children, SHO is the person in charge of the local police station. So Mohan told SHO about the incident and said that he wanted to file a complaint in writing. The SHO very rudely said that he could not waste his time writing down such minor complaints and then investigating them. Mohan was puzzled why his complaint was not being recorded. He called his neighbors into the office. The neighbors argued that Mohan was beaten up in front of them and that they rescued him from getting seriously injured. Ultimately, the SHO agreed and asked Mohan to write down his complaint. He told that he would send a constable next day to investigate the matter. So, children, through this story, you might have understood that among the various administrative works of the government in the rural area, one is to maintain law and order, which is done by the police. Now, as you learnt in the story that Mohan and Raghu had heated arguments on the issue of the common boundary of their fields, the matter could have been settled in a peaceful way through the records of lands that could show who owned what land in the village. So, children, let's learn how and by whom is the task of keeping land record done. At the village or rural level, Patwari is the person who measures land and maintains land records. The Patwari is known by different names in different states like Lekhpal, Kanun Go, Karamchari or village officer. The Patwari is responsible for a group of villages. It is the responsibility of the Patwari to maintain and update the records of those villages. The picture in front of you children is the small part of the land records kept by the Patwari. This record gives information for the map and helps to identify which plot of land is owned by whom. I hope you remember Mohan and Raghu, the two main characters of the story we read in the beginning. I'm sure most of you would be able to understand through this map and its record that plot 1 belongs to Mohan and plot 2, which is to the south of Mohan's field, is owned by Raghu. The land record also gives other information like how much area of land is used for cultivation, which crops are grown, etc. Children, the Patwari measures agricultural lands or fields in different ways. In some places, the Patwari uses a long chain for measuring land. Now you know that Mohan had complained against Raghu that he had shifted his boundary in Mohan's field. Here Patwari would have measured the fields of both Mohan and Raghu and then compared them with the measurements on the land record and map. If they did not match, it would be the clear indication that the boundary of the fields has been shifted. Another task of the Patwari is to organize the collection of land revenue from the farmers and provide information to the government about the crops grown in that area. The Patwari completes this task by using the records that are kept. Therefore, it is important for the Patwari to update the land records regularly. Because farmers may change the crops grown on their fields. It means instead of growing the same crop which they used to grow earlier, the farmers may grow some other crop, or some other farmer may dig a well somewhere. So, all these changes should be recorded by the revenue department of the government. The senior officers of the revenue department supervise the work of the Patwari. Let's understand how it is done. Children, every state in India is divided into several districts, and each district is further subdivided to manage the matters related to land. These subdivisions are known by different names such as Tehsil, Taluka, etc. At the district level, the head is the district collector, and under the district collector are the revenue officers, who are also called tehsildars. Various responsibilities of tehsildars are: 1. They have to hear disputes. Second, they supervise the work of the Patwaris. They ensure that records are properly maintained and land revenue is collected. Then they ensure that farmers can easily collect a copy of their land records and students can obtain their caste certificates, etc. Children, there may be various situations when farmers require a copy of their land's record together with a map. For example, for selling or buying a plot of land from another, for getting loan from a bank, when dividing land among children. So, these may be the situations. Children, when we think of a farmer, the picture in our imagination comes of a man. It means generally women are not seen as the owner of the field or agricultural land. They are seen as people who work on the fields, and men are seen as owners of the land. Even after the death of the father, Hindu women till recently in some states did not get a share in the family's agricultural land, and the property was divided equally among the sons only. However, the law is changed now. According to the new law, which is called Hindu Succession Amendment Act 2005, sons, daughters and their mothers can get an equal share in the land. This law is applicable all over the country in all states and union territories. With this new law, a large number of women across the country will be benefited. We can understand it better through an example. Suppose a girl named Sudha is the eldest daughter of an agricultural family. She is married and lives in nearby village. After the death of her father, she often comes to support and help her mother with the agricultural work. Sudha's mother has asked the Patwari for transferring the land. She has asked the Patwari to enter her name as well as the names of all her children in his record, so that they all have equal share in the land. Sudha's mother along with Sudha's younger brother and sister does the farming work on their land, and Sudha also has the assurance that if she ever faces a financial problem, she can use her share of land to solve that. So children, the second administrative work for rural areas that you learnt is about the Patwari. Children, these services have to be used and made to work according to the laws. There are other public services and facilities also which are provided by various department of the government, such as the fair price shop, government school, health center, etc. That's all for this chapter. Now there are some questions for revision. So the first question is, what is the role of police at the village level? Second question, who is a Patwari? Explain various works of a Patwari. Third question, according to the chapter, what is the work of the revenue department of the government? Fourth question, write a short note on Hindu Succession Amendment Act 2005. Children, if you found this video helpful and wish to watch more of such content, do consider subscribing to the channel. If you have any query or comments, please post them in the comment section below. Thank you.